We are the 71st Pennsylvania, 1st California Living History Civil War reenacting group. Most of us are from southeastern Pennsylvania, Philadelphia area as well. And today we do this, and we are Civil War living historians to honor the men of the 71st and all the soldiers who fought in the Civil War and fought here at Gettysburg. The 71st, 1st California was raised after Abraham Lincoln called up the troops after the firing on Fort Sumter. We were raised as the 1st California. I will not get into the story there, how we became the 71st, but we would be more than happy to tell you about that back in camp. We want to get into the drill and the tactics of the infantry soldier in the Civil War. When the 1st California, 71st Pennsylvania was raised, there were 1,500 men and 5 companies. This was in the spring of 1861. When the 71st marched into Gettysburg, we had less than 300, suffered 25 dead, 59 wounded, 18 missing. That's quite a drop in a 3-year period. The 71st, 1st California served in and fought in most of the major battles in the East that you're familiar with. Antietam, Fredericksburg, Chancellorsville, the Peninsula, of course Gettysburg, and the 71st was mustered out in June of 1864, which was after the Oberland campaign, and were under the overall command of General Grant. At this time, we're going to get into the uniforms and equipment of the infantry soldier of the American Civil War, and I've asked Colonel Craig Mullen to lead that discussion.
Okay. Well, thank you, Randall. Hi!
Hi!
Why don't you guys see if you can get further away? Why don't you see if you can get a little closer?
Old people have to sit down.
You have to sit down. I feel like sitting down too, but I'm not going to. Okay, you're not going to come closer. Very well. I just have to strain my voice to try to reach back to you. Tom's going to have me. American Civil War starts. Abraham Lincoln says, we need 75,000 volunteers. Where are we going to get 75,000 rifles? The hardware store? We're going to get them anywhere we can. We buy them from England, we buy them from France, we sent agents over there. And the Confederates did the same thing. They sent agents over to Europe, and everybody's standing with their monies hanging out trying to buy these arms. One of the best arms, though, that was manufactured was the Enfield rifled musket, which was made in England. It was patented, it was 1854? 1853 Enfield. And our government copied that rifle and made it the 1861 Springfield. So we started getting rifles to the men. Again, there were Italian rifles, Austrian rifles, all kinds of stuff. But the nicest thing was that the Enfield and the Springfield both fire the same size ammunition. You can sit down next to Beth. Okay, so this is a mini ball. Everybody thinks that mini ball meant it was very small. It's actually a very large projectile. 58 caliber. What was unique about this? Sir.
It would, when it hit, it, like, if the leg would, like, twist. So it
Mushroom?
would break.
You gonna say mushroom?
No, it would, like, the bullet would squish because it's a soft leg.
Oh, okay. What was really unique, up until the 1850s, that we just had smoothbore rifles, and the moment the bullet left the barrel, it was like those who are familiar with baseball, it was like a knuckleball. It just kind of went like this. But these rifles are rifles. They are rifled, and a Frenchman named Manet designed this bullet. It's hollow in the back, and when placed in the barrel, when it was fired, the back end of the bullet would expand and grab the rifling and twist as it left the barrel, enabling these pieces to shoot and kill targets at 300, 400, 500, 600 yards away. Whereas at the beginning with the smoothbores, you couldn't hit anything past 100 yards. So it changed warfare drastically. We go into the American Civil War with Napoleonic tactics, which called for men to get close to each other before they open up, and next thing you know, we're killing men at 400, 500 yards. The bullet was encased in a piece of paper which had the charge, powder charge with it. You'll see this later on, how they're loaded. If I pass this around, do I get it back? No. No, rats. Come on, I'll get it back. When we're all done, we'll give it to this lady in the pink dress. Pink? Or orange dress?
Pink? Orange.
Mauve.
Good catch.
Okay, so we have Enfields, we have Springfields here.
Yes.
Sergeant, bring a Springfield arm up.
No, it's not too heavy. I'm a ham. I like to be up front.
You can spread a little bit. Okay, so we have
arms.
We have two soldiers here. This man is holding an 1861 Springfield. This one is holding an 1853 Enfield. Same size bullet. Okay? You can see that they're almost identical, except that the Enfield has some brass trimmings on it.
Very well balanced.
Okay, so this is what we're going to demonstrate on how these things are loaded and fired. I can't think of one.
Colonel, comment on the uniforms quickly.
Okay, quickly on the uniform.
They're hot.
Blue sack color, totally air conditioned. Oh wait, no, that's later on. Light blue pants, forage cap. The original hat that the soldiers wore at the beginning of the war was something very similar to this. It's black, it's heavy, it's very hot, and they would conveniently lose these things. And then they were told to wear their forage caps.
Wool socks,
Colonel.
wool pants, wool jackets. Wool was very durable. That's why they used it. And when it got wet, you stayed warm. Wet.
And about face. He had his cartridge box here. He had his haversack here, which carried some food, etc. Cigars, whatever. Cup. His canteen was on his right hip.
Cap pouch.
Turn back around, please. His cap pouch, which you'll see in the firing demonstration in a couple of minutes. And of course, he had his bayonet.
Rusty bayonet.
It happens. So what are these things used for?
Giving them tetanus.
To stab somebody with.
No, you put them at a campfire at night. You put a candle in it so you could read. Okay, so what are they really used for?
Close combat.
No, they're used to dig a little bit of a foxhole if you need to be. Or you can put this as a tent peg. But you're right, though. They were used in close infantry combat. Very rarely are they used. We're not even going to use them today at all to pull them out. But that's what they're used for. If you read the statistics, less than, I think it's 3%, Less than 3% of wounds in the American Civil War was caused by sabers or by bayonets. The rest was all going to be rifle or artillery. What else we got here? Yeah. Okay, I have something too.
I want that.
What is this?
Saber.
And what is this used for?
Clean the fish.
It's cleaning fish. I like that. Cleaning fish. I don't think we've ever heard that one. That's good. So what is this used for?
Close hand combat.
Hand-to-hand combat? Maybe.
Hand to hand.
What else?
Ladder opener.
Encouraging people to fight.
Leading. Forward. Right.
Oh.
Left. Stop. And of course, as you already mentioned a moment ago, in the event of very close quarter combat, I could use this as a personal weapon. Though I'd much rather use this guy here. 58 caliber Remington, not 58 caliber, 44 caliber model 58 Remington cap and ball pistol. Would hold 6 shots, and you could remove the cylinder and replace the cylinder and reload it very, very quickly. So that's a nice weapon for an officer to have. Okay, is it time to do our demonstration?
Yes, I will.
Before we do that, questions?
If I was sitting on that fence over there, okay?
You were sitting on the fence over there.
If I was sitting on that fence, could you hit me with one of the rifles?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely?
Yeah, absolutely. Unless the guy was a really bad shot.
Okay. I'm just
Why do
curious.
they call them forage hats?
Why do they call them forage hats? Because they were a work cap.
This is a cap.
Forge cap, mine's broken, but
Also called a bummer.
You can forage stuff?
you could
That's
You
take
can be
right.
walking down the roads with your pards,
you can
hand your
hold
rifle to
Confederate
somebody,
egg,
run out in the
Confederate
field,
Confederate,
steal a
whatever
couple
you can find
apples
in
from the farmer, fill them up, and bring them back and give them to your buddies.
Okay.
Forage cap. We're foraging. But they were a work cap.
Really, that's far?
Next question.
How many seconds you can load and reload?
What's that?
Load and reload.
Yeah, we're going to do that in a
How
second.
long will it take?
No, you-
How fast?
rounds per minute.
How fast? The book always says that you should be able to load 3 shots in a minute. And we've tried
The
it.
good rifleman.
Yes.
Yeah, we've tried it. We never get above 2.5. We're just about
2.5.
that. We're running out of time. It's difficult.
How
What
old
else?
you have to become a soldier? What's
How
your
old do you
age?
have to be?
Yeah,
You have to be over 18.
that's the minimum, 18.
Yeah, but
I thought
they
it was younger
didn't
than
have
that.
IDs back then. They you know, you just lie. I could tell you a trick, but I won't. We'll save that for back at camp.
Right.
Okay, so let us do our demonstration, because I know everybody wants to see these weapons being fired. That's part of what it's all about.
Do it.
Captain, good?
Right.
Lead the men.
Attention company.
Attention company. Right dress.
Now you have to pretend
Load in 9 times.
this is 300 men stretched out here in 2
By
ranks.
the step.
Front rank,
Load.
rear rank.
Handle cartridge.
First thing they're going to do, bring a cartridge out of their box.
Tear cartridge.
Rip the cartridge,
Charge
hose
cartridge.
it over the barrel, push the bullet
Spring rammer.
into the top of the barrel.
Here, orange dress. Great big orange dress.
Ram cartridge.
Push it, and they don't do it like on the TV where they go like this. You don't
Spring
have to do that.
rammer.
Bring it down
Or
and seat.
return rammer. Prime.
Now they have a prime.
See
It's a
everybody
little
in the
cap.
Keep
It's
that
brass.
barrel up.
It has a chemical in it called fulminate of mercury. And when struck, it'll explode. And there's a little hole in the side of the rifle, and that explosion will send the spark down into the barrel, igniting the charge and sending the projectile out the barrel and downrange. The men are now fully loaded, except again with no projectile in the barrel.
Without doubling. Right face. Five file right. March.
See how he used the sword to point him in the direction he wanted to go?
Oh.
Front. Right dress.
Captain, you gonna wheel them?
Okay, we're gonna wheel
Oh,
slightly.
he's gonna wheel. He's gonna take the line and turn it this way, so we're shooting away from you. Now again, you have to remember there may be 300 guys here.
Right dress.
I suspect he's going to do a company volley, which means everybody will fire at once.
Fire by company. Ready.
Not that loud, but it will be a little loud. Do you see?
Aim. Straight out.
Straight out. Pick a target.
Fire.
God, that is loud.
Load.
I didn't think it was going to be
Okay,
bad. that loud.
300 rifle bullets
That's the
just go
reason I
downfield.
close my ears.
What's good about that? We probably hit some enemy, right?
Yeah.
What's bad about it?
I gotta reload.
No,
We're unloaded.
you got to reload.
We got to reload it. They're reloading right now. But meantime, maybe the enemies out there
Uh-huh.
taking a well-aimed shot, knowing we don't have any rifled muskets loaded at this instant. So there are other methods that an infantry officer can use to fire his men.
Rear rank, check your spacing. Remember you're stepping with that right foot. There.
Trying to think what I can't quite hear him.
Attention company. Fire by rank.
He's going to fire them by rank.
Ready.
He'll fire the rear rank first.
Rear rank. Aim. Fire. Load.
Now what's good about that? We put concentrated fire in the enemy, not as much, but now the front rank's ready to fire, so we can go back and forth twice as fast. Front rank, rear rank, front rank, rear rank.
Aim.
I've got them firing at the same time.
Fire. Load.
It's not too bad.
By this time, most of the rear rank might be ready to fire again. Okay, this man has a fouled musket, so he's going to correct that. No, don't leave.
Sir, if the enemy from this way is coming towards them and they've got to reload, can they use their pistols?
My pistol?
Uh-huh.
I can't hit that far away.
I think she thinks that the enlisted men have pistols.
No, the enlisted men don't have pistols.
Oh, okay.
Only the officers.
Just
Okay, just the officer. So those men wouldn't have no pistols.
Nope.
That's what I thought.
the rifles.
Mm-hmm.
How many rounds did the average soldier carry? Musket ball.
Buck and ball? This is not buck and ball.
Musket ball.
Oh, musket ball.
ball.
60, 50, 60.
Same with patches.
Fire by
The same with
file.
patches?
Yes.
Well, they don't have patches.
Well, what you put
Ready.
in there,
You mean the
Commence firing.
the firing cap or whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Did you see the cloud?
They got it right. Yes.
Carry in the
No, they probably have more of them.
And then in the catwalks they have
Okay, now they're doing what's known as firing by file. Beginning of the line on the far right, fire first the first rank, and the rear rank would fire, and immediately start the load again. And the next rank, front and rear, would fire and start the load. So this way they can keep a continuous fire on the enemy.
Then when they fire, the percussion cap ignites the powder.
The man would fall, wounded, whatever. The man in the rear rank would step up and take his place.
Right dress. Rear rank, check your spacing.
Yeah.
When we do our reenactments, we often do this. We'll change. We might be firing by file. Next thing you know, front rank, rear rank. Next thing you know, we'll do a company fire. Okay, he wants to do another company volley. Means everybody's going to be firing at once.
Fire by company. Company. Ready. Aim. Straight out. Fire.
I know it. That's what I was trying to do.
Now, how do we know when these weapons are unloaded?
Yeah, I got them again. I got them when they were.
Oh, that was good. That's a good
It's
picture.
just you got to really time it.
They'll put a cap on the
Here you go.
Fire by
As
fire.
long as you.
the base
Ready.
of it, and they'll fire it, and you'll just hear bang, a little bang.
Commence firing.